Welcome YouTube, welcome. We're gonna try a new series here called Car Chatter. And this episode will be series 62. What you're looking here basically is a hydraulic setup for a 1962 Chevy Impala. This hydraulic setup can be in any vehicle. This hydraulic setup can be in every vehicle. But I'm basically gonna explain what you're looking at in a nutshell. What you're seeing is a 3-pump hydraulic setup. Let's begin at the front of the trunk, the opening. Down here you'll see what are called solenoids. Those flow power from the batteries through these solenoids, which then lead to other parts of the hydraulic setup. It takes 3 of these solenoids per pump. So I have 12 plus 2 more as a backup, extra, in case I blow one during the process of hitting switches. As you can see, the batteries, you only see 8. But there's one more tucked in that corner. And one more tucked in that corner back there. Can't truly see it, but it's there. So there's 10 batteries on top. 10 batteries on top. There's also 2 more batteries horizontal underneath. But we're not done. Two more batteries horizontal down here. Those are not part of the hydraulic setup, but they are back here to serve a purpose. One of those batteries is for the engine, and the other is for the stereo system. This guy here is one long hydraulic pump. It's actually 2 pumps in one. It's actually almost too shiny to see, to see well. But, see if we can get you a better angle. There we go. This pump here, this entire thing is called a whammy tank. Whammy pump, whammy tank. Pick or choose, whatever you like to call it. This section here is the tank, which holds the hydraulic fluid. Hydraulic fluid can be non-detergent fluid, could be W10W30 fluid, it could be transmission fluid. It's personal choice. Whatever fluid you think flows better in a hydraulic system, that's what you use. On the ends here, those are called motors. Those motors spin when you apply power to them. There's a pump head which sucks up fluid. That pump head, one here and one here, is submerged within the hydraulic fluid. So when you hit the switch and power goes to this motor, spins the pump head, sucks out the fluid through this fitting, through a check valve, through a dump, to the hose, to whichever wheel that hose goes to. That's when you're hitting the switch up to lift the vehicle. When you're dumping the vehicle, hitting the switch down, fluid retracts through the same hose, goes through the dump, which lowers the vehicle, but the fluid goes through a check valve. Instead of coming back in through here, through this check valve, it goes through a slow down check valve, and then back into the tank. That's the entire process for a hydraulic pump. Okay? But in my case, I built this vehicle for hopping. Not quite sure if I want to do that any longer, being that this build has been so long, and being that hopping actually tears up your vehicle. And I kind of want to enjoy this vehicle a lot longer than tearing it up. So in my case, being that it has been built for hopping, this tank here is called a piston pump. Now, when you buy pumps for your vehicle, you can buy a standard pump, you can buy a bladder pump, you can buy a piston pump. This is one pump here. Again, there's your motor. There's a motor for the other pump. There's a tank that holds your fluid. There's a fuel nozzle for that tank. There's an air gauge, air chuck. This piston pump has a round cylinder, has a round tank, of course, but there's a round piece of steel, piece of aluminum that's just about the same width and diameter as that tank. Inside the tank, submerged in fluid. The reason these are so popular, and when you come over here, this slogan says, "Cometh for the crown," or "Cometh for the crown." The intention was to sound royal, being that I'm coming for a crown. The wording was of the royal nature, majestic. But it's just a way of talking crap. That's all it is. That was my method of doing it. Some guys on the outside of their trunks, they'll put sayings on the outside of the trunk written in paint. They'll clear coat over it. It'll be the name of the vehicle. It'll be a design. It'll be a logo. It'll be trash talking. It could be whatever you want to have on your vehicle. A lot of guys put them on the trunk. It could be a mural of your family member, living or lost. It could be anything. But my two piston pumps, one there, one on the right side. One controls the right front wheel, the other controls the left front wheel. But these two piston pumps are designed to shoot fluid extremely fast through the hose to the wheel cylinder, to the stroke. When it returns, it goes through this splitter, comes up and through the dump. The dump brings the vehicle down, as I mentioned before. This is called the ADEX dump. Highly sought after and very expensive because they're accurate. They were originally crafted for the U.S. military landing gear, bring the wheels down on jet fighters or any type of military plane or any type of plane in general that has hydraulic retracting wheels. So anyhow, that's the story of this particular vehicle, a 1962 Chevy Impala. Thank you for joining episode 1 of Car Chatter, series 62. Peace.